I cannot emphasize this enough. TF2 was not and is not designed to be a competitive game. Your point of ridiculous, which you dismiss as a complete negative, is precisely what TF2 was designed to be at its core, and random critical hits are a vital element of this theme. When the game was released, it was lambasted by veteran FPS players at the time as much easier than Quake, Unreal, Wolfenstein, etc., precisely because so many elements of the game were intentionally designed with random elements. Some classes were slower or faster, grenades were removed, hitboxes varied greatly, critical hits existed, there was no deathmatch or team deathmatch. For these reasons and more, the game was dismissed as something inherently casual. So much so it was borderline equivalent to Halo in just how casual of a game it was perceived to be. It had no respect. It was not seen as competitive. You don't remember this because you only began playing 5 years ago. I've been playing for 11. Yet the theme of ridiculous is precisely why players such as you or me still like the game a decade later. In this particular example, stagnant damage numbers or no critical hits would lead to stagnant games. Players would easily quantify exactly how much damage they'll do at pretty much any time, resulting in predictable and ultimately more shallow gameplay. Imagine if you could bum rush a medic and experience absolutely zero apprehension when he whips out his Ubersaw. Imagine if Spy could dance around your buildings, demanding 3 hits to kill every single fight, with no random crit to potentially throw off the balance. These are 2 of the more relatable examples, but there's plenty more. Critical hits ensure that every encounter is different, and it does wonders for the longevity of the game. You may as well remove random spread as well, and some servers laughably do, because it's too random. The crusade you're kicking off against such a vital gameplay element is short-sighted. It deprives the game of its original vision, one that has kept it around and relevant for so long. Just about every newer game wants to take a bite out of the Major League Gaming money pie, which has done nothing but ensures these titles all have the same boring balance philosophy. Nothing is allowed to be quirky, uncertain, random, or weird, is their mantra. Let's consider Overwatch, a bland venture pumped out by a massive company more concerned with luring in whales than creating something you'll want to play for a decade. That game has a massive list of elements you could make a video on: terrible hero design, terrible map design, carousel balancing, the total abolition of mechanical skill, flirting with politics, game developers who show open contempt for their audience, draconian rules against toxicity, and a far, far more. Yet all of that doesn't matter because if Overwatch shut down tomorrow, Blizzard wouldn't care because it still made back 10 times what it cost to develop. This is the current atmosphere of game development as well as its foreseeable future. I don't want this game to take anything from games like Overwatch. The values that made older video games so fun and last so long are extremely rare, right down to the average span of development time. Imagine if TF2 was made in 2 years rather than 9. Similarly, I don't want TF2 to take cues from esports. Critical hits are something you'd never see in a wannabe competitive title, and as far as I'm concerned, that means they're great. I typed up this essay that nobody will read before I watched your video. 25 minutes later, my opinion hasn't changed, and I sincerely think you have wasted your time creating it. You are not a games developer. Your own fans disagree with your viewpoint. See your own intro polls. You have not had the breadth of time necessary to fully understand what makes Team Fortress 2 such an excellent game. Make a video 4 years from now and you'll understand.